Well, hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I thought I would just go through some of the things that we do when we're checking the caravan over whilst it's in winter storage. Now, us, like thousands of other people, our caravan is actually in storage. We haven't got the space at home to actually store it on our driveway, so we've got to make an effort to come up here and check the van over. And I thought I'd share with you some of the things that I do when I check the van over. So we'll start off outside, and first of all, let's just have a look around the van. So this is our van, and the first thing I'm going to do is just walk around and just give a visual inspection, make sure that everything is closed and everything is okay. It may seem a bit OCD, but I always make sure that the front locker is closed. As you can see on the caravan next to us, that one isn't closed and it flaps around. I also want to make sure that the locker is closed and tight, and for some reason that one doesn't look to be too tight, so I'm going to check that one again in a minute. Make sure the windows are all nice and tight, and again, there's countless opportunities here and occasions where caravans in storage here, again looking at the one next to us, that the windows are open. I check around the back, make sure that the number plate is still on and everything is okay. And then we'll just go around this side, make sure that everything is still locked and still closed. Perfect. The fridge grills are still tight, good. And our wet locker is still tight. Excellent. Just check that. Brilliant. So that's the outside of the van checked over. We're just going to check the hitch and the wastewater. Now, I do like to make sure that these are closed. As you can see, they're absolutely bone dry. There's a little bit of moisture in there, but I do try to make sure they're closed to ensure that nothing creeps in to the pipework. And then the hitch I'm going to check and make sure that everything is dry and everything is okay. So obviously we keep it covered over with the bag. If I just unclip the actual nose bag. I don't know if that is the right name for it, nose bag. But I check that everything is still dry, make sure everything is good. Just going to check inside the plug, make sure everything is okay. Good. Make sure there's nothing corroded. Make sure everything is nice and tight. Perfect. And obviously we've still got the hitch lock on. Great. Okay, now I looked at this locker earlier on and I just made sure it was okay. It was the strap from the actual battery itself was just caught in the door, so I've managed to sort that out and everything is okay. I think that really enforces the reason why you need to come up and just double check everything, make sure everything is okay. This is one that usually flies open actually, so I just make sure that's nice and tight and it's good. Excellent. So that's the outside pretty much done. The only thing I've left to do is just check the tyres. Now there's two things I need to check with the tyres. First of all, a visual check to make sure that I'm happy that the tyre's okay. But also I'm just going to do a quick pressure check, and I tell you, this has been an absolute lifesaver. This is a pressure gauge available from Halfords. I think I paid £9 for this, and it's absolutely brilliant. Plug it in, wait for the beep, and that's telling me that's at 63.5. The visual check, obviously this thing is going to sit standing for some time, so what I want to do is just make sure the tyres are all okay, the sidewalls in particular, make sure there's no crowning, make sure there's no cracks, and I know this tyre is okay actually because it's not that old, the same as the other side. So inside the van now, and as you can see it looks like an absolute tip, and there's a very good reason why it looks like a tip. That's because everything is taken out of the lockers, everything is taken out of the cupboards, and the cupboard doors are all left open. Damp is our biggest threat with a caravan, so what we try to do is we want to make sure we've got maximum airflow through the van, and then every now and again we have some dehumidifiers, and I've got a great tip about these and I'm going to share that with you in another video. But there we go. We just make sure that everything is out. It looks like a tip. Realistically, it takes us about 10 minutes to pack everything back away and tidily for when we're towing it. But it just means that we keep the maximum airflow around the van. So the fridge is obviously open, the the cooker underneath the cooker, and we keep the carpets rolled up out the way, so it looks like an absolute state. One of the things we do is just make sure that the loo is okay, make sure that the flap can open and close, so the seal's alright. If it's a bit sticky, just put a little bit of olive oil or seal lubricant around the toilet seal there, that's fine. I'm just going to do a quick electric check. Now, many of you observant people notice that I have a solar panel down the front, and that is connected all the way down to the battery, and it just keeps a trickle charge. And I'm going to do a full-blown video about solar panels and things to look out for with that, but that just keeps our battery in tip-top condition. So what I do to check everything is I turn the van on using the master switch, and I just check to see what the voltage is. I let the needle settle down, and it's about just under 13 volts, give or take tolerances, etc. And that's in the middle of January on a mediocre day. So I haven't touched this van since Christmas, and as you can see from the charger unit there, it's still pushing quite a nice charge into the battery, so it keeps it nicely topped up. So the only other thing I need to check now is just the gas, and well, that's very simple. I'll just make sure the gas is switched off. I'll make sure we do this every time we come up, simply because when we come up and we do cleaning exercises, or we do something up here in the van, we sometimes make ourselves a quick cup of coffee, but I'll make sure that everything is switched off, and that's everything in here. So it's just a few handy points, things to look out for. That's certainly what we do when we come up here, yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's anything else that you do when you look after your van over the winter months. Hope this has been of use. Bye.